Sonic the Hedgehog 3 got a new trailer, and they showed us a little more of what this movie's going to be about. What I've come to realize is, if you're not in the zeitgeist of Sonic, you probably have no idea what the hell you're in for. Because my wife saw this trailer with me, and she's like, I have no idea what this is about. I'm like, okay, well, you'll watch it, I guess, and then you'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's showing, you know, more clips of Shadow, more clips of Eggman's grandfather and him. It's kind of unraveling more of a plot where, like, the humans are going to get involved again. You know, you got the basic trio working together. There's no more bad blood between Sonic and Knuckles, which is funny. And it looks a lot like they are taking a lot out of the Sonic adventure games, which are called classics among the Sonic fans. And I guess the craziest part that has people talking in this trailer is they gave Shadow a fucking Glock. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just straight up gave Shadow a gun. And if you don't know why that's a thing, back in the early 2000s, there was a game called Shadow the Hedgehog. It was the only game Shadow ever got. And they tried to make it edgy as possible. He was a brooding, dark, you know, fucking protagonist. And he rode a motorcycle, and you got guns in that game, legit guns, and you shot him all over the place, and it was just ridiculous, you know, like, it was so out of place, and it's been like a meme before memes were invented.
Right.
So when Shadow gets introduced in this movie, you know, the question is, are they going to give him a gun, like, to pay homage to that weird time? And they did. And, you know, he's got the motorcycle, the gun. It's like, okay,
that's badass.
We're going in. So it's funny. Something that people hated back then, people want to see in this movie. I just find that hilarious because it's nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing I forgot, this movie's coming out Christmas time.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because I wanted to see it opening day, but I'm not going to Christmas. So
you can watch Craven the week before.
I guess I can. I don't think I want to though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic 3 is going to be pretty interesting. Right on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. I don't want them to get too cute. I want them to end the movies after this, honestly. Yeah. Like, it'd be a nice, you know, nice little trilogy, and then maybe down the line you continue it or something. I don't know.
Sure.
But, like, it's like, just wrap it up for now. Like, it's been a solid string of movies, you know? This was part of the, I like to call it the video game movie revolution, where, like, they got good again, you know?
Yeah.
Or got good for the first time, really. And it's appealing to me because of that. It's part of this trilogy that, like, never really was bad. Like, I liked the first two movies just fine. I didn't think they were bad movies. So yeah, I know there's a lot going on here, and they got a lot of work to do in terms of, like, making this all make sense by the end of it. But I don't know, people are always looking for the next thing, you know. As a society, I think with video games, movies, anything, you're just, well, what's next? You're never happy with what you have anymore. It's just, what's next? And people are already, you know, digging up the hints that the movie's giving of, like, who's the next character going to be in the post-credit scene for the next movie. And it's like, oh my god, Jesus. Like,
yeah. And a lot of that is Marvel's fault, right?
Oh yeah,
because they started that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember going into Batman Returns in the movie theater to wonder about who's going to be in the next one. I just went there because I'm like, you know what? It's Tim Burton, it's Batman, it's Michael Keaton, it's the other guy, Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, Danny DeVito. Who's that guy that plays the mayor? Forgetting his name. Christopher Walken, right?
Christopher Walken.
And it's just, you know, I wasn't even considering, like, what can happen next, you know? So, but I also understand that was 25, 30 years ago, and times have changed, and the way people consume products is different, and somebody would now rather watch, you know, 31-minute TikToks rather than sit down and watch one thing for 60 minutes, right? Yeah. So, I know sometimes I'm an old man yelling at the ocean, but yeah, and I just think, going back to my original point, I think it doesn't need to be made any bigger than what it is without it. Like, don't make the ocean so large if you know you can't swim it, is what I'm saying, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need to be able to create these things in a way that it's sustainable, right? So,
I don't know. If we're following the games, I think technically speaking, there's like one more story they could tell after this third one.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't even think they should tell it. I think they should just end it at this one.
I think they can keep going, but what I'm saying is just streamline it so it's one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't
If you go into a Knuckles thing, then a Tails thing, then you do one on the humans, which who the fuck really cares? You know what I mean?
That's the worst part.
Then I can see Tiffany, and when I say Tiffany, I mean people like that being like, what is happening here? This is where I'm out, you know? But if it's good, it's good. If it's good, it's good. If it's iconic, it's iconic. The first Sonic the Hedgehog movie was a surprise. I don't think when that first Sonic was made, this was supposed to be some 10-year plan, 3-movie thing, right? The first one was a pleasant surprise. The first movie it did feature Sonic, don't get me wrong, but that was more, the focus was a lot on the humans, right? Yeah. With everything else. And then in the second movie, it was more like you began to see they're focusing more on the characters and not so much the humans. And looking at this trailer for the third one, the humans are like an afterthought. This is all strictly based on the different characters in the Sonic universe, which I think makes sense and I kind of like. But there's a lot going on here, and I just think number 3s, man, they always serve the big steak with the cake and everything else, and they throw everything at the wall. And I'm just wondering, I'm just really curious to see how this one does.
Yeah, but that's my most exciting. That's the most exciting factor for me, is that the humans are very minimal in this. Right. That was always my complaint. Like, man, I wish we were in Green Hill Zone, not Earth. Like, that's stupid. Right. But it looks like they're gonna do more of that, which is awesome. I welcome it. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I'm excited either way.
What a cast! Ben Schwartz, Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves. I mean, this has all the makings to do really well.
I found out today. I found out today that in the Japanese dub, the guy that voices Shadow is the same guy that voices Sephiroth.
No way.
I was like, that's awesome. That's perfect.
That's wild. Sephiroth from Remake?
I believe Remake, yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Do you think this movie will make back its budget?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like all of them have done really, really well, and they haven't really given the audience a reason to doubt them at this point. And I think kids just eat this up.
Oh yeah,
like kids will beg their parents to go see this. I know I would beg my parents to go see this. Like it's just so cool. It's awesome to see this on the big screen. So
yeah, and it's got Jim Carrey in it. Jim Carrey. I mean, he's not the box office draw. I think that he might have been during the 90s when he was just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
But that's still Jim Carrey. That's still Mike Tyson of movies. I think he'll add eyeballs to the thing. And Keanu Reeves, obviously, with the success of everything he's done and sort of that, he's broken into sort of that meme culture, and he's sort of that sweetheart that everybody likes, right? Mm-hmm. We all seen the video of him on the subway where he gives up the seat to that other lady to sit down. And that's just him. Like, he's just like a naturally, normally good guy. So to see all that here is, I think it's all adding up, and I think it should do well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very excited for this, honestly. This might be my movie of the year.
Whoa.
Might be. Because I was, as you know, we do our top 10s at the end of the year, and I've started to kind of prepare the list, and I can't think of anything I've watched that would that's blown me away, really.
Right.
Like movie-wise. Like, I don't know. I can't think of it. So it might be this one. Who knows? If you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcasts for new episodes every week.